Hi everybody, Debbie here. Sorry, I'm in the sun and I can't really see if it's recording. Okay, it is. I'm outside again, Debbie at OMAD. For those of you that are new here, I'm on OMAD 1 meal a day, and I've been on it for a couple of months now, and every Monday I do a Monday weigh-in video, so watch for that tomorrow. This video is going to be different. I tried during the course of the week to do a video answering questions that I've received, be it from private message, in my comments, or on my Facebook group. So that's what this one's going to be. I've been getting a lot of questions on self-esteem issues, on depression, on striving for perfection. And I've gotten some comments where people have said things like, when I lose all this weight, I'm going to be so much happier, and things of that nature. So I really wanted to take a few minutes, to talk about this subject. I'm going to start by saying perfection is impossible. There's no such thing. There's just no such thing. I want to use a couple real-world examples, okay? We all have our own insecurities. We do. We all do. I do. You do. We all do. We all have our own insecurities, things that we struggle with, things that we think could be better about ourselves. And we all do this thing, this comparison thing. Whereas, Susan over there is so much better than I am. Or look at Sally, she's so much skinnier than I am. And look at John, he's got so much confidence. People, we got to stop doing that. We got to stop doing that. Here's why. I know the issues that I deal with. I know what keeps me up at night. I know the many things that are on my plate, which is quite full, to deal with. And I can handle it. Some days I'm better at it than others, but I can pretty much handle my own issues. I don't know what Susie's issues are. I don't know what Sally's issues are. I don't know what John's issues are. I'm not sure I could handle theirs because I don't know theirs, and I haven't walked in their shoes. So I don't know that they're better or worse than me. They're just different than me. That's all. I'm not better than them. I'm not worse than them. They're just different than me. We also all do this thing, especially I'm finding with people on OMAD and intermittent fasting, and any diet for that matter. Anybody that's trying to lose weight. I'm getting a lot of folks that say, boy, when I lose this weight, I'm going to do this, I'm going to feel like this, I'm going to be so much happier. Folks, no, sorry. I hate to burst your bubble, but again, real world example, here we go. A very, very, very dear friend of mine, for the longest time, did not smile in pictures. And I didn't notice it, to be honest with you, because it wasn't on my radar. She hated the way her teeth looked. She just did not, she was not happy with it, and she really felt like it was holding her back, that if she got her teeth fixed, that she would be much more secure, much more confident, she would smile in pictures, and she would feel better about herself. So, she was older, not, 50s, so she decided to go and get dentures. Now, I never knew she had issues with her teeth. I did not. She might have mentioned it in passing a time or two, but it was not on my radar that it was a big, big issue for her. But inside her, it was a big issue. It was huge. She had convinced herself that if she fixed her smile and got dentures and had these pearly whites, that her life was going to be so much better. So she did it. She went, she got dentures, full dentures, beautiful pearly white, perfectly straight. Is her life perfect now? No, afraid not. Now she's picking on how her body type, how much weight she carries with her, that she's got a wrinkle here or a wrinkle there. She instead of focusing on her teeth being the problem, she's focusing on other things being the problem, which is what we all do. We all do this. If anybody has entered into losing weight, going on a diet, changing their lifestyle, whether it be OMAD, intermittent fasting, keto, I don't care what the diet is, that really isn't the point. But if you're doing it because you think once you get to your goal weight, your life is going to be perfect, I'm sorry, but it's just not going to be. It's just not going to be, because you're going to find other things to focus on. So I know once I lose all my weight, I know I'm going to have more wrinkles. I already know that because I'm older. I'm 56 years old. I'm going to have more wrinkles once the fat isn't puffing up my face anymore. I know that. I fully expect it to happen. My skin might be a little more saggy than I like. It's going to happen. I'm older. My skin is not as elastic. It may not bounce back as well as I would want it to. But I'm aware of that. My motivation for losing weight and getting in shape is to be healthy, to live longer, to be able to be more active and do things that I can't do at my current weight because it's too uncomfortable or too hard for me. Those are different motivations. If your motivation is strictly shallow and it's strictly about how you look, you won't be satisfied. We have to stop comparing ourselves to other people and focusing in on the things that we perceive to be so negative about ourselves. Like with my friend, I had no idea she had issues with her teeth because it never would have occurred to me that there was anything wrong with her smile. Her smile looked perfectly normal. Was it, movie star white and straight teeth? No. But it was normal person white and straight teeth. But to her, it was a real stumbling block to her self-esteem and to her being confident. We all have those things that the rest of the world doesn't see, but that we zoom in on. We need to be aware of that and realize that those things, those individual things, are not going to change who we are. They're just not. The other thing I do want to touch on, somebody had brought up depression in one of the comments. People, there is a big difference between having some self-esteem issues, maybe looking at things a little weird, and being depressed, okay? True depression is a chemical imbalance, and that's something that you do need medical help with, and you need to go see somebody because there's medications that can help with that. And I'm not talking to those people. Those aren't the people that I'm trying to address here, because if you have true depression, that is a medical condition and one that you need to get addressed. It's no different than if you had high blood pressure or if you had diabetes. It is a medical condition, and it requires treatment. So please, if you think that you are depressed, or you feel like you are depressed all the time, or you get up in the morning and you're just sad, go and get help with that, because it's not going to go away by itself, okay? The people I'm talking to are the people who are of the belief that changing this or that about themselves is going to change their entire life, because it isn't. I have a friend who recently he's very unhappy in his life, and he recently said, that's it, I'm going to pick up and I'm going to move to another state and start all over again. I just can't even deal with this anymore. And I just kind of looked at him and went, well, what is it that you think is going to be different in another state? Well, I'm going to choose my friends more carefully, and I'm not going to get the same kind of job, and everything's going to be different. It's going to be a whole new world. Well, I reminded him the one thing that he can't leave behind and start all over with is himself, because the issues that he has internally today will still be there when he gets to that other state. You can't leave those behind. They definitely come with you. A lot of these issues come from perhaps well-meaning, perhaps not well-meaning people from our past, from when we were kids, that told us that we weren't good enough in whatever words they use, or teachers that said you'll never amount to anything, or no, oh, that's your goal, no, you'll never get there, or friends or siblings that said things, again, perhaps to help us, perhaps not to help us, but they get stuck back here, and they run constantly, and they're like tapes that just play over and over and over again until we believe it. And now, at 56 years old, I still have a million tapes from when I was a child that I work really hard to try and get rid of and try to ignore. It's not an easy thing to do, but being aware that that's what's going on gives you a huge leg up on being able to control it. The other thing I wanted to mention is please stop thinking that anybody else is better than you, because they're not. Again, as I said earlier, they're different than you, which is a good thing, because if we were all exactly the same, how boring would life be? So it's good that people are different. You don't have to be a supermodel. You don't have to be a GQ model. You don't have to be on the cover of a magazine to be beautiful. Beautiful comes in all shapes and sizes. Please understand that. And also, again, please, please, please understand that just because somebody looks like their life is perfect or that their life is better than yours, behind closed doors, it's probably not. Behind closed doors, they've got their own issues to deal with that you know nothing about. So don't judge others. Don't ever think you're better than anybody else. And don't ever think you're worse than anybody else. Because the reality is, you're not. You're different than them. They're different than you. And that's the beautiful part of life. Not a negative. It's a positive. Okay, I'll get off my soapbox. Some of you are going to agree with me. Some of you are not. Either way, feel free to comment below. And look forward to tomorrow, Monday, which will be my weigh-in Monday video. Talk to y'all soon. Love you. Bye.